Okay, so we've done experiments. Dan has actually spearheaded the cause. Dan,
Yeah,
tell
so
us
let
about
me-
your methodology.
Yeah.
Let me step in here for a second because I respect everything that you have to say here, Tom.
Okay, I respect
And-
you, Dan.
And about 72 hours ago, I would have been in full agreement with you. However, something's happened after that article the other day. I started to do a little bit more digging into this whole debate. And I've seen the code of the Matrix now. I've seen things I can't unsee. My eyes have been open. So let me go point by point to the things that you brought up. First of all, you worked selling commercial dishwashers. Now, my understanding is that commercial dishwashers, one of the main things that you're looking for in a restaurant is speed, right? Because
And cleanliness. You can't
cleanliness,
serve
of course, of
food
course.
on dirty plates.
Of course.
Or even
and you're looking
plates
to
with
sanitize.
smudges. Maybe it's sanitized, but it's still got smudges. Who wants a little, chips of smudges, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Dan.
Well, here's the thing.
Dan is
Those
here to
machines,
destroy
correct
Tom.
me if I'm wrong, Tom, but the cycle on those machines are usually at most like 2 minutes, right? You rinse that thing off.
that right?
You load up the tray, you put it in there, you pull the thing down, 2-3 minutes,
yeah.
boom, you got clean plates.
Okay, that's
Really?
interesting.
Yeah, super quick. Not even that long.
Right.
Wow.
And so
Oh,
they're designed to be pre-rinsed because of that, because there's not really like a rinse cycle even happening in there. It's
Okay.
more like it's just blasting it real quick and then sterilizing it like you said with a bunch of chemicals and
if
stuff.
I can interpret, I think what Dan is saying to you, Tom, and no offense, these are Dan's words, that you might be out of your element.
Whoa. I am not, sir. Continue.
Well, listen.
That's a bullshit point.
Listen.
You gotta have clean plates. So okay, it's industrial. So what?
Right.
It's got to do it quick. Yeah, I agree. But if it doesn't quick and doesn't clean,
Absolutely.
that's a bad thing. You don't
Right.
want to serve plates that are dirty to customers.
And
right?
I'm never, and I'm not going to argue with you on that point at all
Dan
because
is the queen.
when it
Can't
comes,
do nothing
you are.
wrong. Dan is the queen.
Thank you, Rich. When it comes to commercial dishwashers, I know that is not my area of expertise, and I know I'm out of my element. So I think everything that you're saying is perfectly valid.
Okay.
The issue is that we don't use commercial dishwashers in our homes, do we? We use consumer grade dishwashers, which are
Absolutely,
designed
Dan.
with a very different set of parameters in mind. Now, the first thing that my eyes were opened up to is I'm curious in this room, and I did a little straw poll the other day just amongst the crew, but I'm curious, Tom, Ethan, and Hila, if you have an answer for this too. What type of detergent do you use, and specifically, do you use the pods?
We do use the pods.
Whatever you want, Dan.
The pods are dog shit. That's the worst
Really?
thing you could be using.
Why?
I'll tell you
Okay, I
why.
don't use
But they're
pods.
so
then.
cute.
Okay, that's good. So
Tell
let
us
me
about the pods.
You don't use pod?
let me tell you the issue with the pod.
I tend to. Well, the reason I like the pods, Dan, is because I can snack on one while I also. Hell yeah.
So I'll tell you exactly what the problem is. Let me divert your eyes to Exhibit A here. Okay, this is my dishwasher at home. However,
Yeah.
this is very, very standard, right?
Yep.
Now, you'll notice right away there are 2 trays here,
Yes.
and then you close the thing, right? And you likely put your little pod right in there. You pop it in there and you close the thing.
Yeah.
But what about this one? What is this one doing? This, you probably can't make it out, but it says pre-wash. And what that is when you put your dishes in a dishwasher, for the first 15 minutes or so, it is doing a rinse cycle. A rinse cycle that is intended to be the rinse that you do on your plates. If you do not have any soap in that dishwasher or in that second little thing, then you're rinsing without any soap.
Hold on.
Really?
You're saying that with pre-wash, somehow the water now is going to magically remove peanut butter and oatmeal from dishes?
Okay, I'm going to get
No
to the
chance.
oatmeal point because there are obvious exceptions to this. But
Okay.
But as far as general protocol of loading up your dishwasher, if you are not using the pre-wash, you can't blame the dishwasher for not getting everything off of there because you're not operating your machine properly.
Is the
So-
pre-wash
W-band.
is the pre-wash a different product?
Yeah, what is
No,
supposed
it
to
could
go
just
in
be
there?
regular detergent. Now you see these little slots right here?
Uh-huh.
Those exist for a reason. When you lift up the door, all of the soap that's in this one dribbles out of these slots, again, during the rinse cycle.
Bro,
So-
don't be so vulgar. Stop. man.
So if you aren't using this, then again, you're just kind of blasting water around in there, and yeah, it's going to get some stuff off, but is it going to get as much off as if it's soapy water? No. No, it's not.
Thank you, Dan. Let me get my thoughts together here.
Okay, so that's big point number one.
Wait. Can we rebuttal?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
Tom,
of course, Tom, please.
Dan,
Okay.
I
first
appreciate
of
your
all-
passion, but we're not
Oh,
here to
sorry.
grandstand. We're here to have a friendly debate here, or not friendly, have a
I'm being
combative
serious.
debate.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Rebuttal, Tom.
Okay, thank you. So part of these training is you have to, it was the boringest job ever. You would meet with engineers who design dishwashers, okay? And they're excited to talk to anybody because no one cares what they do, right? So they bore you to death. What I learned, I really didn't learn much from them. But what I learned is when they design these machines, they make them for idiots. Why? Because we're all idiots.
Mm-hmm.
So
wrong.
they design these things to clean, and they test them with no detergent at all in them to see if they can still get them clean. So they know that no one in the world puts pre-wash in the machine.
They know that nobody uses the machine right. They plan for it.
And now let me just a point.
That is an interesting
point of clarification here. Point of clarification here, Tom. These engineers that you're speaking to, are they working on commercial dishwashers or they're universal dishwashering men? They do all types of dishwashers.
Well, that's a good question, right? So the quick answer is yes, but no. The one particular engineer I'm thinking of used to work for Kenmore. So he worked for commercial and residential dishwashers.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
That is a really interesting perspective. Although I got to say, I think the proof is in the pudding. I mean, of the experiments we've conducted. Let's see the results.
Okay, well, obviously this is a very unscientific experiment, but I will point out that on Wednesday we had a big food taste testing segment here on the show. Sam cooked up a number of dishes for our friend Love here to try out.
Who's Sam?
Yeah, who is Sam? The issue is, or not the issue is, she loaded up all of the dishes from the other day in our dishwasher here at the show, did not rinse, did it with the new protocol that I called for, and I got to tell you, these dishes, if I can open this damn picture, here it is. I mean, these things are spotless, dude.
I hope you got better photos than that.
Oh, I have a number of photos. Here's the utensils. Specific concern for the utensils. Warranted. Shit gets stuck between the little things. It's all kind of stacked. It's like, how well is it going to do? These, I'm telling you, you can go look yourself. This hasn't been unloaded. It's all sitting over there, Ethan, if you want to verify.
Looks clean.
These are clean dishes. Clean dishes.
You didn't find any.
Not a speck. I looked at all of the plates. Not one speck on any of them. This is with the new protocol.
And this is the type of dirty you would expect that you would need to pre-wash. Did you feel silly putting it in there like there's no way this is going to work?
Well, it was Sam that loaded it up, but she was interested in experimenting with this as well. And
Sam, can you answer that?
Yeah, go ahead, Sam.
I felt silly.
You did?
Really?
Okay.
Because I am very pro rinse, but I was like, okay, I'm just going to try it because I didn't know that about the rinse cycle. So I put some sauce in the other little compartment and it worked.
Some sauce.
People
Sam is just a real talent.
And people already, I see people pointing out the little spot on the spoon. I noticed that too. It's a little piece of rust. That wasn't food. It's just it's on the spoon itself.
Show me again.
All right, stand by. Okay, where's the dang spoon?
So, Sam, were you as a avid pre-washer, were you convinced by this?
I was.
And Sam, when you go home,
interesting,
and you do your dishes at home, are you going to pre-rinse or no after this?
I don't think that my dishwasher at home has that little compartment is the thing.
Really?
Not that I've noticed.
I feel like they all do.
Take a look,
need to
because
go-
I was
I need to go
skeptical
home.
at first, and then all the ones that I've looked at since having my eyes open like this, sure enough,
It
had
does
the
not-
same design.
It does not feel good to not pre-rinse, I have to say.
It's not that bad.
I feel wrong.
You know, and what Tom is saying, which I think is important, is that I don't think the pre-rinse matters because they know you ain't using it. Anyway, so what you were basically saying, Tom, that they know you're not using the pre-rinse. Now, What would you like to see? Because I would like to see peanut butter. I would like to see syrup. I would like to see oatmeal.
Okay, so oatmeal is one that immediately came to my mind too, and I'm not going to tell you not to rinse your concrete oatmeal. Like obviously, not it's soak that. But when it comes to just after a meal, you and the family, you get up, you take your plate, you scrape it off into the trash. You don't need to go to the sink next.
Wow.
Straight into the dishwasher. It's okay. It's
feels
okay.
so
It's
wrong.
not.
What about like the dish that you mix raw egg in before you cook an omelet? That one.
Nah.
Raw egg, like
Yeah.
the egg residue, that'll come right off in the dishwasher. That'll come right off.
Dude, it's gonna sit there and dry in the dishwasher because you're not.
Okay,
gonna
well,
turn
are
it
you
on
gonna
immediately.
are you gonna not run the dishwasher for a few days?
No, but all it needs is like 30 minutes
Maybe.
to dry.
I think you'll be fine.
That's
I think you'll be totally
disgusting.
fine.
The egg.
The egg will
that's
come
gross.
right off.
Dan, you would never. You're just.
I'm
saying-
going to.
All right.
I'm gonna live by these words.
Frankly, I think we've come across something interesting here. But I do want to do more experiments.
Okay.
I want to have some scientific method where we get plates of varying degrees of dirtiness and check them one by one on how well they were cleaned.
I think we can do that. And we can even just for the sake of argument, put some oatmeal in a bowl, let it dry for a day, and have that be one of the things in there. Just to see
And
maximize the
egg?
intensity. Sure, egg too.
It'll
there you
it'll
go.
be like an allergy test. You know how it's like.
Right. Where they
allergic
stab the
area?
people
Yeah.
in the back.
Yeah. What do you think about all this, Tom?
I want to call into question the dirty spoon. Is it really rust?
Bring the
Or is
spoon.
he trying to
I'll go
fool
grab
us?
Here, here.
We need to examine the spoon.
I noticed those pictures were kind of low res and a little far away than they rightly should have been.
Yeah.
Correct. Very suspicious.
Yeah.
So Dan is fetching the spoon. We are calling the spoon into question. Dan
Oh
is
wow, we got the whole tray.
bringing the whole tray.
Didn't bring the whole thing. Is it really the same
Right,
spoon?
right.
They're arranged in the same way, and I believe it's this spoon that was being pointed to. For
It's out of camera.
Hold on. But why did it look? Is this the same spoon, Tom?
Yeah, it's got like
It looks
this,
like the same spoon.
this gold color.
So let's examine. Now I don't think.
So
this-
was it clean?
I don't think. Yeah, it's clean. I don't think the silverware were super dirty though, right, love? We
No, of
barely
course.
used it.
No, that's what I'm calling into question.
Yeah, we barely.
The
used
food
it.
wasn't that dirty, right?
And there were little bite-sized.
I would say
meals.
it's a standard mess.
No.
We have a
Standard mess.
picture of the dishes
Right,
before
Dan,
they went in.
Sure. Oh no, unfortunately no.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh no! How do we
Well,
know? it was
we do
wrong?
in
They had already been
we do in a
pre-washed.
sense because these dishes were dirtied on the show, so everybody saw what was on the plates. They
Environment
saw
is
the
a little
condition of the
lacking.
plates.
So-
it's not a total blind thing, but I understand that's a fair concern to bring up.
Yeah.
So that corn souffle is really difficult once it gets like dry. It gets very sticky to the plate.
corn
so
souffle.
I would say just the corn souffle alone.
You know what? Another one I would say was
sweet
probably
potato.
a
The
decent mess.
candied yams.
I was gonna
Yes.
say the stuffed mushrooms because all that melted cheese kind of overflowed
That was
onto
also
and
yeah.
hardened.
Stuff.
So we got like hardened cheese on plates.
Cam, while I go examine, or if it has been emptied.
It hasn't been emptied, no.
So can I get a camera back there,
If you give us a minute, we could do that.
Tom? I'm gonna go back there and check those plates one by one. When do you need to
I
leave?
appreciate your
At
dedication. to
2:45.
Dan?
this. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
you got
okay.
like 5 minutes.
Okay, we're gonna get on this.
But hold on, I can make a call. I'll be here if it's that important. I mean, are we going to get an answer? You think?
Well, I'm gonna get there as soon as I can. We're just setting up the camera. It should be ready in any moment now. So
All right, let me text somebody, but I'm going to try my hardest. to be
I
here.
don't
This
think
is
you'll need
important.
that much time if you have something urgent to do. You know what I mean?
No, I'll be okay.
So, again, I do believe, although I do find the preliminary evidence compelling, I find that the methodology was lacking, frankly.
We need more evidence.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to go look at the dishes. Do I have a mic?
Up yours.
which kind of like doesn't help your case then.
No.
Suspicious.
For sure.
Okay, we hear him rustling over there.
I do hear the dishes.
He's going through the plates. Lots of crinkling, lots
You're,
of
like trying to break
clanking.
them.
Something could definitely break, it sounds like.
What is
Being
possibly
rough.
going on?
What is he doing?
Going ham on these plates. He can look. You can look. I'm telling you, this thing's fucking clean, dude. Another thing I wanted to bring up is you didn't make this objection, Tom. However, this was an objection that was talked about the other day on the show, and I see all over the internet that if there's a bunch of food on the plates and it gets sprayed off in the dishwasher, where's that food going? It's going to clog the thing up, right? If you just have a bunch of like chunky food in there. Wrong. The drain on a residential dishwasher has a garbage disposal built into it. It chops up. Yes.
When does it do that?
At the drain, where at the very bottom of like the basin, there's blades in there.
I never heard that.
And when it spins, it's chopping up everything that goes into it.
There's blades in there?
There's blades in your dishwasher, bro.
What?
I didn't know either. This is why I was saying.
So I examined the dishes fairly well. They are all clean.
Okay.
Spotless, frankly. But again, we need more. Tom, I think we need to do. Here's what I want to do, Tom.
Okay.
I think the early analysis is interesting, but it's lacking methodology. As I described, I want to set up a more comprehensive test, and I would like to bring you back to analyze that when we're ready to take it to the next step, which will maybe hopefully be next week.
Can I have your number so I can text you about this?
Absolutely not. You can text Jimmy.
He's going to blow us up Jimmy style.
Yeah. Tom, it's great to see you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tom, thank
Peace and
you.
love, everybody.
Thank you.
Check out
And
the
it's all
channel.
Tom,
and it's all
Ward.
love, Tom.
Peace and love.
You're the
Happy
best.
October 20th to you.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Subscribe to
All
the
right.
Tom Ward Show.
Talk to you next time.
Bye.
That's Tom Ward, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Dishwashing expert. Who is team pre-wash? Now let's do another poll to see if the needle has moved. Again,
I do wonder.
Okay.
I think next week we can really drive some good data.
We need pictures before and after of every dish.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like you said, maybe 2 plates, like 10 different like residues, so to speak. Each one twice, so that we're thorough. So like 2 stuck with oatmeal, 2 covered in grease, 2 with this or whatever. And then we load it up and no rinsing, see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, bitch.
I gotta say, Dan's been evangelizing around the office all week, and he's changed my mind on it. And I don't even have a dishwasher.
It's just not enough. It's just not enough. I think the early results are interesting, but us in the scientific community, we have to be rigorous.
I think
we
that's
have
fair.
to cross-check
Very
before
fair.
we come out with fact-finding and proclamations. Because frankly, if this does turn out to be true, not only could it be a generation-defining discovery, it might even win a Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh.
So it's important that we take this seriously. You move the needle a little bit, Dan.
A little bit. I think that's actually significant.
It is significant.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, it is significant.
It's still obviously
Bathroom.
clear majority.
I mean, look. The thing is, like, of course, it will clean some plates. The question is, how many, and to what degree?
Well, here's a counter question. Do you pre-rinse all of your dishes?
Not all of them. No.
Some of you do just pop right in there.
Yeah.
Right. So we're in the margins here. You know what I mean?
Not
It's like
quite, Dan, because again, we're saying you don't. I think the claim was you don't need to pre-wash. Period. No exceptions. And you're talking to me about putting an egg.
I'm not going to
bowl
put
in
my
there.
reputation on the line for that.
You said to me, Dan, I will put a bowl which I scrambled eggs in the washer. With
That one I think it could handle. I'm mostly just concerned about real stuck on shit like oatmeal or other grains that get like that harden like concrete. You're probably going to need to do a little extra love on those.
Dan, good luck.
And furthermore, you're asserting that if you've got like, let's say you got a plate with like, I don't know, lasagna and all this sauce and shit. So you scrape it off.
Scrape it off.
There's like a fair amount of food.
There's going to be some chunks
Scrape
on
it
there,
off,
but you
but
scrape
then
it off.
Tons of shit still, little, not a, you know what I mean?
Right.
The bulk of it is gone, but there's still a lot there.
Right.
Put it in.
Put it in there.
The dishwasher.
Not a problem. Because what would you do otherwise? You probably wash it in your sink with your garbage disposal and then run the garbage disposal. You're just doing that twice. You're just doing that twice at that point.
The thing that really sold it for me, Dan, was that video you showed me where somebody cut like a hole in their washer and it was a window.
And I want to shout that guy out. He's a YouTuber that I've watched for a long time, actually. His channel's called Technology Connections.
Yeah.
And when I started going down this rabbit hole, I looked to see if he had a video about it. And sure enough, he had an amazing one where he cut a piece of plexiglass in the side of a dishwasher and then ran a cycle to show what's going on
and
in there.
And it really shows
and
how
when
powerful.
you see what it's doing during that rinse cycle, it's like...
up.
You want to see?
Yeah, just show me that clip you're talking about.
You need the visual.
This is compelling stuff. Technology.
Let's give him a shout out and let's pull it up.
Roll it.
You know.
You may have seen him before. He's a pretty big YouTuber, actually. Dishwasher. Okay, here's the video, and let me find the part where it shows it.
Shout out to Dan.
Dan is searching for the plexiglass dishwasher.
Okay,
Here it is.
I think this is
Thanks,
it.
Ethan.
He's replaced the door with a plexiglass?
Yeah, he's like cut a metal chunk out of the side of it and put plexiglass there so you can see it operating on the inside. And when you see these high-powered jets and you realize it's hot water with detergent, if you load it properly, suddenly it's like, yeah, that probably is getting stuff off just as well as I would be able to do in a sink.
Way better than a sink.
I don't know, but
exactly.
The thing is, like, if you have a plate that's sideways, because I see lots of like up and down motion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing tons of side to side motion. Anyway, shout out to Technology Connect.
Shout out.
If you guys want to learn more about
this guy rules.
About that. Okay, so we have more work to do.